Everybody, happy Sunday. It's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and I'm going to paint up a DungeonSwag demon that came in my November box. And I am super excited about this because these demons are awesome. This one's dual wielding little like double dagger things. I don't know, they're sick. So he's just base coated with black rattle can. And then I'm coming over him again with a white dry, like kind of dry brush, but it's not like Omega dry. And I'm checking up all the details and seeing what I can find on him. And he is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to do all the skin first, and I'm going to do that with a series of brushes. And then I'm going to go back and do his like other stuff. So to make my life a little easier, I'm going to get a medium purple. And it's mixed in with that white. And I'm just going to focus on the skin areas. If I catch the other areas too, I'm not going to flip out. But I am trying to just get skin where I can. Okay, get the back of his ear, it's real good. His face. Then I'm going to dry him off with a hot air gun. And then I'm going to get a darker purple. And I'm going to do the same thing again, but a little more dry. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the flesh covered. I'm going to pop that right off of there. That's okay, we'll heat that back up. So that's what I'm going gradient lighter to dark on his flesh tones is what I'm trying to accomplish. It's just an idea that I had that I wanted to play with to make them look a little different. I don't really like the way it looks though, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in with like a periwinkle and dry brush it back down some. I can't find a periwinkle per se, but I have this blueberry frost. This might work. Let me get a holder. Since I popped him off of that, I gotta put him in something to hold on to him. Something like this will work good. Then we get a little bit of white and mix it in with that too. Lighten it up and hit him again. And I'll just bring him right back down to a light tone. My light to dark thing, it works with some stuff, but with this it just didn't look good. I'm done with that brush. I'm going to hit him with a hot air gun real quick. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do his hair. And I want to do his hair in a color that kind of contrasts with that purple. Maybe like a, I don't know, orange? What kind of oranges do I have? I have this jack-o'-lantern orange. It's kind of dark. Let me get my brush damp. Can't really bring it down any more than that. Something like that, maybe. I'll get another coat on there and darken that up a little bit more. It's too much paint. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to get that dark gray blue. And I'm going to go over his, some of his like clothing and straps and stuff maybe. So we can do his kilt or whatever you call this battle skirt thing here. We can do that in that color and make it look nice. And let's see what that shirt situation's like. So he's got some kind of chain shirt here. We'll just paint it that color, then we'll come back and dry brush it with a silver or something. Okay. And he's got that strap that goes across his chest, around his back, holding that thing on there. So we'll need like a brown for that probably. So I'm going to paint his boots this color and all this metal. Okay. trying to avoid skin. La 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 la. Sorry, I'm breathing like right into the camera. It's kind of, let me try to get under here. And so if I gotta stay up on the camera so I can see if the art's on there, or the art, not the art, but me painting's on there, then it makes it kind of difficult to. And we'll do his metal plate up here, metal pauldron. And we'll just be real careful. And my hands are shaking a little bit. We're just going to take our time. Get the inside of that pauldron where it goes against his neck and head. Oops. Try not to get anything on him. There we go. Just like that. Okay, we got some big shoulder guard or wrist guards here. Okay. Just take our time. Keep twisting them and turning them and getting all these looking good. Get on the inside of his wrist. Just take our time. Do stripes till we get it where we want to stop. Now we see that his chain thing actually comes up underneath this whole shoulder arm guard thing. So that's just on the top and on the back here. And there's no flesh sticking out there. So let's get that covered up and painted. Okay. Now that belt, I'm not sure what we're going to do that in, so I'm just going to come around on both sides of the belt in this gray. And then we'll come back and figure that out later. Okay. Something like that. Now I'm going to hit him with, I'm going to clean out my brush. I'm going to hit him with the +2 higher again real quick. I wish I had done that here in like a dark blue. Oh well, it's fine. All right, so on the metal textured areas, I'm just going to get some of the shining silver, which is kind of a bright, nice metal. I'm just going to get a tiny bit of that, and I don't think we're going to need a whole bunch. I'm going to get a really small brush that's got a crap bristles, plastic bristles. And then I'm going to come back and hit those metals and lighten those up. Make them look a little metallical. Not a pun at all. It's a real super good word that you should be using in your vocabulary regularly. Metallical. Okay. Too much metallic on that part there. Okay. Way too much. So now we either pretend that didn't happen, or we try to build a reason for it and some consistency on our model. So I'm going to, even though I didn't want to make this look super bright, I'm going to use that excess, and I'm going to make this shoulder pauldron a lot more intricate than I had planned. Or not more intricate, I'm sorry, a lot more vibrant than I had planned, so that it kind of sticks with these. Then I'm going to wipe off some of that excess paint and come down and do his boots. Okay. Now we have this whole wrist guard over here, this whole bracer or whatever it is. It's not really a bracer, it's more of a wrist guard. A bracer, from what I understand, is to brace you when you're doing archery. And that is not the point of this guy, this thing. Okay. So let's get these two pieces of fabric there and turn those blue, maybe. Let's find a blue color, a nice looking blue. I have this turquoise here. I think it'll contrast on this model a little bit, and that's all right. Make sure your brush is damp. Is there anywhere else on him we can make that work? Because I do like that. Not really. All right, so here's the plan then. Since we can't make that work anywhere else, what we're going to do is we're going to get this Tuscan teal. Clean that brush out. And then this brush that we are using, this plastic bristle brush that we are doing the metallic in, we're going to get this. And we're going to use that over top of that gray on his kilt. We're going to use it over that blue too and tie that in some. we're going to do it on the front little portion here as well. I kind of like it. All right, cool. You know, that brush, where are we at? 20 minutes. It's taking longer than I thought to get through this. All right. So we have that belt around him, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my really fine, or my size 1 brush. It's pretty small. It's not tiny, but it's small. And I'm going to get some of this silver, and I'm not going to do anything too fancy. I'm just going to drag that along that chain belt. It goes all the way around him. And I'm going to take my time. Get that all the way around there, make that look nice and silvery. And then we have this whole belt buckle on the front with that skull on it. I'm going to use that same color there. And then he's got a little something going on here, like a medallion or something. I'm going to go real thick with that and spread that around there. Okay. Now for his strap, I need some kind of brown leather or something. I'm going to go ahead and grab this chocolate bar, which is kind of reddish. And it's a little watery and thin for being a craft paint, I've noticed. So make sure your brush is damp. And we're going to pull that along, and we're going to paint this strap real carefully. We're just going to do it in thin lines. Bring it up real careful into the cracks. We're going to bring that all the way around to the chest here in the front. Too much paint. Okay. All right, so I don't really see any more leather spots on him besides that, unfortunately. And that's pretty vibrant. I'm going to hit that one more time just to make sure that that's solid. And there's no spots that I missed. And I'm going to clean out my brush. And I'm going to subdue that a little bit. And then we'll figure out these weapons. I'm going to use the hot air gun on him real quick. Okay. So we have a little bit of work to do on this hair, so I'm going to get this apricot color, which is very light, and that plastic bristled brush we were using earlier. Then I'm just going to drag that across and create some highlights real lightly on there. I'm not going into a ton of detail on this because it doesn't matter that much. We just want some consistency, so that there are not some consistency, some inconsistency, so that his hair has a couple tones before it hits a light yellow. So this is not about perfection, and you're not going to want to use a ton of paint here. You're just going to get a little bit and create some variation in there. There we go. I got a little bit of purple on his back at some point, and that's okay. We'll cover that up in a second. Now let's figure out these weapons. Well, we can do his hair one last slap. So for the last slap of his hair, this is called Demonic Yellow. And this is just a cheapy, not cheapy, I'm sorry, yeah, an army painter color. I like this color a lot, and it might be a little too obnoxious for his hair though. So we're just going to drag it and catch a little more area than we did with the medium tone orange, because we are trying to show that he had two undercoats with highlights on it. Okay. Nice. Now we have to cover up that little bit of yellow I got on his back. And to do that, we're going to get that lightest tone of blue, purple, and some white. We're going to try to find that color as close as we can to that color. And then we got to get that red back out, that brown back out. I forgot something. So we want to get something. There we go. And then we'll just touch over that. Get rid of that yellow. We're going to hit some of the traces on some of these muscles while we're here. That's all metal. His nose, his forehead, and the tops of his ears. And now he's all the colors we want him to be. Okay, weapons. So I want them to be like a bronzy kind of red color. So I'm going to get this weapon bronze here. I'll get a little bit of that. And then I'm going to try to find like a brighter red. I have this right here. This is good. This is called Dragon Red. Okay, let's get that dark brown. Oh, where's it at? I lost it. Let's do these straps on his arms before I forget. All right, take that brown, put that away, get out something lighter that you can mute that with some. I have this chestnut, and I'm gonna get my brush a little bit damp, get some of that darker color out of it. I'm gonna grab that chestnut, pull it all through the tip of the brush, just the tip. Then I'm gonna start working that slowly and just dragging that down, not hitting every single spot where those straps are, just little lines that kind of go with it a little bit, like in the same direction it's going. Come back around and hit it again if you need to. Okay. Let's get him back on a pill bottle to do the base. And there are some just little other touch-up things we need to do too. I'm going to do something with these weapons while we're here. I'm going to get this light plastic tip brush. I'm going to get some of that yellow and some of that bronze, just like that. And I'll wipe almost all that off. I'm going to catch the tips of these blades. Then I'm just going to drag it across the weapons just once on the outsides. I'm not going to do the insides. Something like that. Make this a little more fancy-ancy. Then I'm going to clean this out. I'm going to get a different blue color. Something light. This China blue. And a dry brush. Dry plastic brush. Something small. Plastic bristles. Chintzy, like this. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of tie-in work back here with some of this fabric, just to create a little more depth and a little more interest, because I felt like it was just a little too plain. You don't want to use too much pressure doing this, or you'll enormously lighten it up. Okay, I'm pretty happy for the most part here. There are some things I'm not super happy with, but for the most part I'm happy. So let's get the base going. Getting a medium brush. Burn umber. Oops. Sorry about that. I gave you guys a little bump. Okay. We're going to drag it brown all the way around the outside here. Around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. We're going to get a lighter tone of brown while that's still damp. I'm just going to create some little spaces with some variation. Just change things up a little bit. Okay. I'm getting some pavement here. I'm going back to that size 1 starter brush. I think it's size 1. It doesn't say size 1 on it, but it's about the same as the size 1, and I do like it. And I'm going to start painting these rocks. This pavement color, dark gray. And if you get a little bit of brown mixed in with there, that's okay. Nice. Okay, hot air gun time. Same little teeny crappy dry whisker brush. Not whisker, I'm sorry. What's this called? Plastic. Get your cardboard. Drag it along those rocks. Catch some of that detail. Make them look a little more 3D and less boring. And if you get some down on the dirt, that's okay too. Get something plastic you can use. I have a piece from like a little He-Man guy came in this. And then you want to get like a strong tone or a dark tone. I want to use a strong tone. And he should be dry pretty much everywhere. Get my strong tone. Just getting a crappy brush. It's dry. And I'm going to spread that strong tone evenly out all over him. And this is like oil based, so it takes a little while to dry. But what you want to do is you want to kind of get it where you want to get it, like I'm doing here. You don't want to go too thick. So once you get it in a place and it's too thick, if you can't spread it to somewhere nearby, what you want to do, hold on, let me get them all covered and I'll show you. And you're not painting, you're just dragging it, okay? You want to wipe off what you can, like that. Okay. You can get that on the rocks and come back and hit those and dry brush them again later and clean it up. All right. And this is something I don't do often, is use like dark tones and stuff. It's not really my thing, but I've just been in the mood to do it since I did that bicycle the other day. but I will bring it back up to take a look at it. So is it easier to zoom this with the light, maybe? Can you see that, everybody? So as that dries, it'll be all in the cracks. It'll be the darkest, and it'll work kind of like a speed paint, but a little crisper, a little sharper. And we've darkened our guy up, and it's going to look a little oily like this right now. Once it's completely dry in about 3 hours, I'll hit it with a clear coat, and then that shininess will kind of go away, and you'll kind of see what I was really wanting to capture. But at this point, it's always going to look a little darker and a little grimier. And this is good because if you're trying to like capture like a grim, darky kind of demon, that could work. I wanted to use a pretty purple color because I don't use a lot of colors, but I wanted to, you know, make it still look scary. And I think this guy coming out of a portal and attacking you could be scary. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys might have seen something that helps you on your crafting journey. And I'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, and leave a comment. Check out our website. Buy some of these beautiful DungeonSwag minis that are on sale right now till the end of November for 4% or $4 off a box. Plus, you can still get 25% off with the biscuits code off my description here. So check out www.dungeon-swag.com or dungeon-swag.com. Check out the store and enjoy the Black Friday sale. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you.